When you think of Miami, some of the first things that come to mind are the beautiful beaches, the crazy nightlife, and for many of you sports fans out there, likely the Miami Heat. But very few of you would likely think of the Miami Dolphins, and rightfully so. The team has only appeared in the playoffs 4 times since the year 2000, and their only playoff win of the century came in the year 2000 in the wildcard round against the Indianapolis Colts. Long gone are the glory days of the early 70s Super Bowl wins and the days of Dan Marino. The Dolphins are the modern-day laughingstock of the NFL and have been for quite some time. But that's all about to change, and let me tell you why. Allow me to introduce Tua Tagovailoa. Well, to be fair, you have probably already heard and know a little bit about this guy. But let me tell you why this man, Tua Tagovailoa, will completely turn this franchise around and make himself into one of the NFL's next greatest superstars. From the very beginning, it seems as if Tua was naturally destined to be a football player. Ever since he was a boy, Tua had an intense interest in the game of football, something he probably inherited from his grandfather Seu, as his parents claimed that every night, instead of going to sleep with a stuffed bear or rabbit like most kids, Tua would go to sleep with a football under his arm. It wasn't just Tua's love for the game that led his grandfather Seu to envision his grandson becoming a football star one day. Tua also seems to have been generously gifted a true arm of a quarterback. This was already significantly evident by the time Tua was 8 years old, as people claim that at this age, Tua could, quote, routinely throw passes for more than 30 yards. And let me say it again, if it didn't really hit you the first time, the guy was doing this at the age of 8. To put that in perspective, other 8-year-old quarterbacks Tua played against could throw a football a maximum of 15 yards at best. Even high school quarterbacks, as a general average, are believed to be able to throw a football a maximum distance somewhere around 40 yards at best. But it wasn't just Tua's natural God-given gifts that led him to become one of the nation's top and most talked about prospects. Like with anything, talent can only take you so far, and from a young age, I can imagine Tua already understood that. A powerful work ethic was something he likely inherited from his family over generations. Seu Tagovailoa, Tua's grandfather, literally built his family reputation and status from the ground up. He himself, alone, moved to Hawaii at a very young age to build up the reputation of the Tagovailoa family after previously being labeled as thieves and being known as the laughingstock of Seu's former island in Vacia, Samoan America. His grandfather built a community as their leader on the principles of hard work, and as a result, their community still exists today. This hard work and drive is clearly seen in Tua. It immediately reflected onto his game as soon as he started playing high school football, where in his very first season playing varsity football, Tua threw for 2,583 passing yards and 33 touchdowns. As I was saying earlier, this success didn't just appear out of thin air. It was carefully crafted day by day, throw by throw, and workout by workout. Mark Freeman, Tua's younger brother's high school coach at Thompson High School, knows all about Tua's work and praises Tua as someone his younger brother should look up to. He recalls that on Saturday nights, where most players would be partying or celebrating the win, Tua would, quote, get back in town from the game and would be in our indoor practice facility training that same night. He would usually get a call reporting that the lights were on in his facility, and when he went to go check it out, it would always be none other than Tua working out with his brother. This drive to get better translated to success all throughout his high school varsity career, as by the end of his career as a high school quarterback, Tua accumulated more than 8,000 passing yards and 84 touchdowns, also adding roughly 1,700 rushing yards and 27 rushing touchdowns. In his final varsity season as a senior, Tua played in the All-American Bowl as one of the nation's most aspiring quarterbacks and was chosen to be an Elite 11 quarterback for being recognized as one of the best young quarterbacks in the country, where he was named MVP of that roster against top college quarterbacks and future NFL draft selectees. Tua's high school success and hard work led him to become one of the most sought-out young players out of Hawaii, where he garnered a total of 17 scholarship offers from numerous schools across the nation, where he eventually chose to attend the University of Alabama. His first year was mostly spent on the sidelines backing up Jalen Hurts, but that never discouraged Tua from continuing to better himself every day and outwork everyone on the team. His coach, Nick Saban, quickly recognized his constant desire for improvement and would go on and say this about his work ethic. The guy works out like crazy, and we're trying to say sometimes less is more. You can do too much. Sometimes he works out too hard. Tua was ready to go and wanted to prove himself all year, so when he got the chance at the 2018 National Championship, he didn't disappoint. After starting quarterback Jalen Hurts failed to lead the offense to any points in the first half, Tua took over the second half and led the team to a 23-26 overtime victory, capped off by this play, known as 2nd and 26. I'm pretty sure everyone's seen.
Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Tua finished that game throwing 14 of 24 for 166 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 INT, gaining national fame overnight. Tua never let the newfound fame get to his head and carried his national championship game success into the following seasons. If anything, the more spotlight that was shed on Tua, the better he was. Entering the second year of his college career, Tua was named the starter over Jalen Hurts, and let me tell you, he didn't disappoint. Tua entertained an entire nation that year, throwing for nearly 4,000 yards, accompanied by 43 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions, completing 69% of his passes, making him the runner-up for the Heisman Trophy Award behind the number 1 overall pick of that year, Kyler Murray. Although he didn't cap off the season with the national championship as in the previous year, he set a new NCAA FBS passer rating record of 199.4 for that season. His final season at Bama was arguably going to be his best one yet, had it not been cut short due to injury. Playing only 9 games, Tua amassed 2,840 passing yards with 33 touchdowns and only 3 INTs, all while completing 71.4% of his passes and leading the team to an 8-1 record in the process. In his 3 years total at Alabama, Tua accumulated 7,442 passing yards along with 87 touchdowns, throwing only 11 picks, all while completing roughly 69% of his passes. These numbers alone should scream NFL ready, and teams recognize that, which is why he was selected number 5 overall in this year's NFL draft. Even though he didn't go number 1 overall, as many believed he would throughout the last couple of years, he's extremely ready to turn this franchise around in Miami. Miami fans should be optimistic, even if his quote biggest flaw is that he tries too hard. With Tua Tagovailoa, many claim he tries too hard and tries to do too much. Now in most cases, that may not be the worst of things, but in Tua's case, it may have brought on some avoidable situations. Multiple injuries have accumulated due to Tua, quote, thinking he's more elusive than he actually is, according to college football analyst Joel Klatt. Many people think he's doing things he simply doesn't need to be doing, and as a result, sustaining significant injuries. But at the same time, maybe the reason Tua goes so hard and goes over the top is what will make Tua great and separate him from everyone else when it's all said and done. So when you combine everything I've mentioned, the God-given natural ability to be a quarterback, the constant desire to get better every day, the drive to never give up, the ability to perform when the lights are the brightest, it seems as if Tua has everything required in order to obtain success in the NFL. If he manages to find his footing in the NFL and manages to stay healthy, there's no telling how great Tua Tagovailoa could turn out to be. He may not become just one of the greatest quarterbacks of our generation. he may just become one of the greatest quarterbacks ever.